Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Zenless Zone 0 video. Alright, with version 1.2 right now in the game, as you guys can see, plenty of changes have been introduced in Zenless Zone 0. And I figured I want to make a video talking about all of those changes that I've seen or I've observed. Now if you guys have noticed any more additional ones, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But these are the ones that I have so far grasped, right? And also collected some info from the patch notes so far. So you can see all of these are going to be, we have a total of 10, right? I'm going to go into more detail what each of these does, and hopefully we're going to talk about it as we go. So first things first is change characters. You know, you can change time and day. This is going to be very good. All right, what is these changes, right? Previously in the previous versions, you are forced to change according to the order, right? So morning, if you sleep in the bed, you can go to afternoon, and then afternoon you gotta like do one quest to go to evening, and then go to midnight, and then you can sleep to open up the next day. So now you can straight away skip all the way to midnight if you want to, alright? And also they have given you an option to change your characters that you walk around. If I want to use Wise, I can use Wise to walk around. If I want to use Caesar, I can use Caesar to walk around. Now apparently right now they only open the option to characters for Caesar and Bernice in version 1.2, but later on in version 1.4 you will be able to use all the characters, you know, whoever that you own, to move around. Alright, they're having the difficulty, for example, some characters like Ben Bigger, because he's so big, his model might not be able to enter some buildings and stuff, which I'm like quite surprised actually. So that's going to be quite funny to see, right? Because Ben Bigger is the biggest character we have in the game. So how is this useful, right? Now if you guys are trying to unlock wallpaper fast, you can see I already got Piper wallpaper right here. Now to unlock the wallpaper, you gotta have the quest for the characters, right? So for example, you can basically use this trick. I made a video about this, by the way, back then. The trick was a bit harder to do, but now it's like way simpler. So you just browse through all of these and try to see if you can get any of the characters to appear. Let's say I'm looking for Caesar or Lucy's one, right? You can see I scroll through and I couldn't find any characters or quests to be able to increase their affinity. So they didn't appear in any of that. So what I can do is I can switch the time to the night, click on it right here, time selection, go to midnight straight away. And then how you want to change to the next day, you need to go to a bed. There are some characters that only appears at night, like Soldier 11, right? So keep that in mind. There are some characters that only appear at a certain time of the day. But I can go to my any of these first floor, second floor, doesn't matter. I just need to sleep on either my bed or on the sofa downstairs, right? And then this is going to reset the day. So it's going to change it to the next day. Boom. So now you take a break. So you can only do this on midnight. Midnight sleep. Wake up in the morning. So now we are back in the morning. The next day you can see, right? So we are morning again. So now is the now is pretty much the next day, Saturday. But either way, it's a fast way for you to basically do all of these quests, and if you're trying to unlock the wallpaper quest faster, right? So that's how you want to do it pretty much. Let's talk about the next good thing that we have that has been added in version 1.2, the backup battery. So what is this backup battery? So this thing is this thing right here, alright? The backup battery is going to be the extra energy, right? So every single time when you're trying to do a quest, alright, you're gonna need this battery charge, alright? So this one you can see right here. One battery charge every 6 minutes, okay? And then it goes up to 240. So once 240 is filled, it will go to the backup battery. Before this, we don't have this. Now they have added this. It goes to the backup battery, and then you can have some access right here. However, it is still not going to be fully efficient because now in the backup battery, one backup battery charge every 18 minutes, all right, as opposed to every 6 minutes is listed right here. So it's still not the best solution. I wish it would be the same rate, but you know, like if you're overcapped, you're too busy on the day, you can't play the game much, this is going to be how it is. At least you get a backup battery rather than your stamina being capped or your battery being capped, and then you're not just, it's a waste, right? It goes to complete waste, you're not getting additional. At least this is still a good one. You can hold up to 2400, which is insane, right? So if you're too busy, you can basically not play for a couple of days. You need to go somewhere on a trip or on a holiday, you can't play, you don't have access to the game. So there's that for you, right? At least this is a good thing. Alright, so the next big changes that we have is going to be the coffee shop. Alright, let's talk about the coffee shop. So you basically just go into the coffee right here, alright, the usual coffee shop. So the biggest change right here is going to come from the coffee. Now there's one extra one. I'm sure you guys are aware, right? I've already drank my coffee for today. Coffee basically you have once per day, alright? There's a limit. But you can see, for the Tin Master Special, this one is going to give you 80 battery or 80 stamina, right? For you to be able to farm more things. Now, if you don't have any bonuses that you want from either of these, basically you're going to get one bonus from all of these, right? So anomaly, stun, and then freeze, and then anomaly as well. So depending on the day, so you're gonna need to specifically, ideally the best way to farm is to get the one that you want, right? So if you are pre-farming, let's say for Burnies, and you plan to pull for Burnies, anomaly component, you know, this is going to be for the W engine, or either for the anomaly, what is this? Certification seal, this is for the character's ascension. Then you can start pre-farming for her. But if you're not targeting Burnies specifically, you can just get this, or if you're trying to farm these drives, this one is going to be better, because the 80 gives you more in return, right? So keep that in mind, but you can only do it once per day. Hopefully you guys are aware of that, unless there's like a special event that gives you additional one. So yeah, there's going to be one more thing. TVs are no more in the main story. Alright, if you guys have been playing through the story, you would have known that by now. So they completely removed TVs, at least in the main story. Alright, so in some of the side stories, side missions, side commissions, you are still going to have a TV exploration here and there. It's not completely removed. However, I do think this is kind of a good thing if you think about it, especially for players who enjoy the story, because I think Zenless Zone Zero has very good story overall. This game, the story structure, I think is one of the best, and I feel like to be able to fully enjoy and capitalize on the story, and you try to immerse yourself in it, you want the TV to not like basically block you, right? Every few minutes you read through the story, and then you have to do a TV mission. That can basically deter some of the players who are trying to fully immerse themselves in it. So I can see the decision of removing this from the main story is definitely going to be a good one. So for sure, I can see, I don't see any fault with this, right? You are still going to have the TV in other stages. However, main story, this is going to be it. Now let's talk about Holo Zero as well, alright? So this is going to be something that's interesting. Holo Zero in version 1.2, they have changed this particular thing. So what the heck is Holo Zero, alright? Holo Zero is this game's equivalent of the weekly, alright? You get to do it every single week. You go to this thing called the Scout Outpost, you come right here, and then you can do this thing called the Holo Zero. Now, I'm so glad that the developers are continuously improving this. Holo Zero right here, previously, you have to do either one of these Holo Zero, the Heartland and above difficulty, regardless of which one you do, right? Either this one, or this one. You have to do the Heartland difficulty and above, and you have to do 5 times a week, which is insane, alright? So they have since then removed that to only 2 times a week. And the improvements are going to be significant, and now they've also even further improved it. So you can see right here in the bounty commissions, right? So you can see this is going to be the total of times that you're going to get all of this. This is your weekly pretty much, right? If you guys play Honkai Star Rail, it has a similar thing called the Simulator Universe. You really want to get the weekly materials because there are quite a lot of polychromes or the premium currency to be obtained right here. And now, there's no more TV system. So you can see they removed the TV system. You can basically play this mode called the Blitz mode, right? So you can go in here. So you can see up here there's Exploration, or there's Blitz, depending on which one you prefer. Now for Blitz, you basically just jump into battle and you just do battles over and over and over again. I made a video talking about that. It does make it more seamless. If you hate the TV system, I get it. But the TV stuff is still, the exploration mode is still going to be better if you're trying to collect buffs for you to be able to challenge the Inferno Rip right here, right? You can use the buffs that you obtain from right there. So keep that in mind, right? So there's still pros and cons. So these 2 points are pretty much the same thing, but I just want you guys to be aware that if you are looking to tackle the weeklies, you just want to do the weeklies in general, this is just more of a quality of life update, right? I think it's a good one as well. It's a welcome one. If you are someone that's busy, you don't have much time to play the game, having the ability to just go to the Blitz battle, you know, just do the Blitz throughout, I think it's going to be very, very good. Now next up is going to be presets. I'm so glad now that we have this option in the game. Finally. Okay, so let's go to Shield Defense. So this is going to be my previous one. I haven't done any of these new nodes. So let's talk about the Shield Defense, right? If you are not aware, now you can do this thing called the preset. So you can access it right here. So you can make multiple different squads if you need to, and make multiple different ones, and it's going to be much more convenient. I haven't set any of it much Now there I made 4 different teams. So we got ice, physical, and then we got ether and fire. So you can basically select whichever that you want to be your team 1 and team 2. Obviously you can provide more as the game expanded, and you gotta need more and more team. You gotta have one for every single element. This is going to be a good addition. Alright, it's a good quality of life, and of course for those of you who enjoys configuring things around, I would say this is a very good bonus addition to the game. Now hopefully in the future they might give you a preset of some sort of you trying to switch your disk drives as well. Alright, your disk drives switching between characters. Hopefully that can be a thing as well in the future. I'm not sure if there's that feature even as well, right? So in the other Hoyo games, I'm not too familiar. I'm trying to think of Honkai Star Rail, but I can't think of if the game has that as well. So that's going to be something that you know, I feel like right now, alright, ideally you want to like look based upon the team. You can see team 1 enemy is weak against ice, team 2 enemy is weak against physical. So I can just go here and do the preset config. Team 1 is ice, team 2 is physical, boom. So you can see, right, very fast, very fluid compared to previously. You had to like put one at a time. Is way less convenient. Alright, I'll do this later. That is pretty much what is happening there in shield defense. Okay, one more thing is going to be the boss materials. Alright, so you can get this one. You can get 4 per month. So let's just talk about this in general, right? So what is this? This is the weekly bosses. Alright, so if you guys are not aware, in this particular area right here, Scott Outpost, right? This is where you can buy your monthly from doing the outpost stuff and exploring in the... So you can come here to this logistics guy. You can see right now they have introduced these reserve relics. So what is this reserve relics, right? You can see you can buy 4 of these. So I'm going to buy just that. So reserve relics, I'm also going to buy this as well because, wait, do I need that many? Now the reserve relics are basically weekly boss materials. So you can basically use them right here. So you can click on them. So you can basically select one of these things. So this is going to be a big bonus. It's going to make it easier for you to be able to farm the boss mats. Which brings us to the next particular point I want to talk about in this new patch, right? Weekly bosses are going to be this one called the Hunt, Notorious Hunt. So you can see right here, if you guys are not aware, there's a limit to 3 times right here at the bottom left. So I've done my weeklies cap for this week, so you can see, I can show you guys what do I mean by that. So every single week, once you have finished the 3 times, right, you can still do additional bosses by going this Pursuit to the Depths. So you turn this on, alright, and then now you can consume 60 battery charges, 60 stamina, which is a lot, right? I feel like I want to make a separate video talking more about this. Now, is this actually worth it, right? I feel like it's not, because unless you're building a lot of characters. Now, for now, Zenless Zone Zero only requires 3 characters per team. Now, you can only build so much characters, right? So if you already have like 2 teams or 3 teams by now, in most cases 9 characters built, you're pretty much set, like, unless you're trying to build like more than, you know, the end game needs. In that case, sure, but I think you know, there's a lot of other priorities. For example, your skills, your level, your W engine, things like that. Those things, some of like W engine can be swapped around, I'm aware of that. But for in cases of like for characters, right, that is going to be something that's very expensive. And I do think that in the long run, if you play actively, you don't really need to spend stamina. I feel like that one is a trap somewhat for newer players who are trying to catch up and trying to build a lot of characters at once because you just started the game. And in that case, it might be useful for you, but if you're a veteran player who have been playing since day one, I doubt that feature is going to be something that will be able to benefit you once, because you're going to have so much character. You can only have so much characters, right? In terms of, you know, if you get 3 materials per week, logically, if you're looking at, let's look at, for example, like this character, right? Nekomata. I think I haven't pushed her much. So one character only actually need 2 plus 3, 5 plus 4. So one character only need like 9. Alright, 4 plus 3, 7, 7, 8, 9. So 9 per character. So if you can do 3, that means it will take 3 weeks for you to max out one character, right? And usually you only want to max this for your like DPS characters, right? You don't really need to max this for your support characters. You don't really need to go all the way. For example, like you can see for Caesar's one, you get diminished value, right? Right here, you can see this one is 1300%, and then the attack is 900. From the 5th one to the 6th one, 1003 to 1400% and 900 to 1000. It's very the diminished return is there, right? Considering the amount of Danny's, this one as well, and not to mention this one as well, right? Compared to from here to here, you get way more, right? For example, say 100% to 900%, and then from 240 attack to 400 attack, right? So it definitely, there's like a diminished value there. So definitely only do that for characters that you really like, or even for, you know, in case your DPS character. So let's talk about the next point in line, which is you know, so this one more thing I already mentioned. All right, weekly farm more than 3, 4 per month boss match. So that one is going to be specifically to that shop right there. Now the last one is going to be this one, right? So the auto farm means rewards. So let's talk about this particular one. If you go to your HDD and in your stage, right here in the random play, HDD, boom. So right here you can see what do I mean by this. If you check this HDD right here, the system, it only works for the story or the exploit. It doesn't work for the combat. So let's say you have any of these stage that you haven't completed, get all 3 star before. Now you can basically click this to explore. So let's see, is there any that I can show you guys, right? Is there any that I did not fully explore? Okay, I have one. So you can see this one, cat on patrol. So oh, my face cam is blocking, give me a moment. So you can see I'm missing one, that circle thing or the star thing, right? Usually in like most games they have like, you gotta get 3 star to complete the stage. So now you can see I only got A rank, right? Didn't really get the rewards previously. So what you can do right now, this is the good addition. You don't have to like go back in and play manually. It can auto farm for you. You click this, so it's gonna try to like, this is the reward preview, and you're gonna need 10 minutes for you to auto explore. You can basically start the auto explore and it will do that and explore the remaining stage that you have missed out on. Oh, this one also I have some missing rewards, right? You can clearly tell some of these. Make sure you check individually, right? If there's any rewards that you actually miss, it can now do this for you. I didn't like, yeah, I might have to go all the way and check from chapter 1 all the way until chapter 4, because you never know, right? There's plenty of things that's just laying around, pretty much you know, waiting for you to explore. So right now if you do that, you can see right here the progress is listed there for you. So pretty cool. You can just wait for a bit, do your thing, you can log out, you know, come back the next day and stuff. Take your own time with that. That's pretty cool. Alright, if you hate the TV system, you don't want to like re-explore it, I get it. The TV system is like very tiring, right? So you just want to play one time ideally to experience it for the first time. So those are pretty much the 10 changes that I've observed in version 1.2. I feel this is like a, you know, a good video for any of you guys. Maybe you left in the previous version, you come back, you're trying to figure out what's new in this version. Hopefully this video can, you know, list down the differences or what has been improved. And I feel like Zenless Zone Zero is going to continue to improve moving forward. So make sure you guys, you know, like always look forward to stuff like that. Alright, so with that being said, these are pretty much it. Make sure you guys subscribe, give this video a like if you guys find this helpful, and if I miss anything, let me know in the comment section below as well. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.